So first of all, let me just real quickly apologize for not uploading yesterday. You know, I kind of tried to get the video done in time, but I didn't see it happening. But here we are uploading yet again. Everything should be back to normal now, and I will keep uploading, obviously. So yesterday, literally whilst I was trying to find something that was quite important to a different video that I was editing, I stumbled upon something I found to be rather concerning. Yes, I accidentally found something to help create another video, all whilst trying to find something for a video already in progress. It's quite amazing how the need and the want to create videos simply just never ends. This is already something I uploaded a video about a few days ago, but in just those few short days, I think it's become very obvious that the problem is growing especially fast at the moment and will continue to grow no matter what. Although that previous video I created almost completely focused on the scam games that reached the front page, whereas this time I found that none of these are your typical free Roblox scam games. Though I will say this right now, from all of the games that I show today, I cannot ever be 100% certain that they are botted. This is only something that we can guess, just based on a few different factors throughout their pages. But with that being said, I also want to mention that you guys shouldn't send hate to any of these games or people mentioned in this video. You are more than well aware that that route solves absolutely nothing, and it's never a path that we will personally take. But before we dive into this, let me ask that you guys leave a quick like on this video, because that helps me quite a lot. And if we are gonna be doing this, we better make sure that we're doing this right. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. So I guess this is the point where we are supposed to get straight to the showcasing exactly what it is that I found, and let me just start with this one screenshot I took. Here we go. Unfortunately, we must make a return to the section of the front games page known as top rated, except this time it's not those free scam games that we are used to seeing when it comes to the topic of botted games, but this just straight up appears to be normal playable Roblox games that could quite literally reach the front page if the effort was put into working on making the game quote unquote front page worthy, rather than piling that effort into something ultimately useless like having your game be botted to the top rated section. So like I said, I can't ever be 100% sure on whether a game here is botted up there, and it becomes especially difficult to determine that when said games just appear to be like any other somewhat normal Roblox game. But what initially made me think that these games got botted up to the very front of the top rated queue, besides the fact that it's been barely a week since those scam games appeared up there, is because these new games appeared so suddenly, and all of them at the exact same time. And now, a day or so later, they are just completely gone from this tab and they are literally nowhere to be seen. Example number one is a great place to be starting with this. We have two-player Fortnite. Ah, yes, I can absolutely see why Roblox and its players would shoot this particular game up to be the very first of the top-rated bunch. Two-player Fortnite Tycoon is my all-time favourite Roblox game, and if it's not your favourite game as well, then might I suggest that you pause this video to go sit in the corner of your room and rethink your life choices. I've briefly mentioned this before, but the exact reasoning behind how a game gets its very own spot over here in the top rated part of this page is not something I'm really aware of, but I can make pretty good guesses that it's based on how many likes a game has gained recently, or just how many likes a game has compared to how many dislikes it has. Like, two-player Fortnite Tycoon has around 7,000 likes and 72 dislikes. But what made me think this one was botted is the fact that it had over 80,000 visits with just 900 playing at the exact moment I took this screenshot, and as well as that, it had only 400 favourites compared to the 7,000 likes that it apparently received. But moving along and slowly but surely working our way through the list, I next stumbled upon Toy Story 4 Parkour. I mean, how crazy can these botted games possibly get? Because I've never quite heard of one such as Toy Story 4 Parkour. But you see, the exact same goes for this one. Our beloved Toy Story Parkour has literally 20,000 likes paired with just 160 dislikes, which for a game like this and a game of this nature is already beyond unrealistic that it's not even tried to hide it at this point. But it also has 300,000 visits, 40 current plays, and just 300 favourites on this game overall. 300 favourites compared to the 20,000 thumbs up ratings. This just doesn't make sense, my guy. We are playing detective over here, and I am really not liking the results. And just the remainder of botted games from the same exact time period went by Coinland Simulator 2, Hospital Roleplay V4, Cake Eating Simulator, and and finally just Cake Simulator. The final two there include literally the same game icon, although they appear to have been created by two different people or groups. Like I said, it's very important to note that all of these games, which no one had ever seen before, just all appeared at the very top of the top rated games section all at the same time, and the statistics went in pretty much the same way for each and every one of them. An unrealistically large amount of likes, an unrealistically low amount of dislikes paired with the low play count and considerably small amount of favourites compared to how many likes it had. All of these factors combined forced me into a conclusion that they must have been botted. And with all of them just disappearing from the front page a mere few hours later, I think that's our suspicions pretty much confirmed. And you can't even make this stuff up. Someone literally just now sent me a tweet regarding the botted games.
Except this tweet wasn't just the typical, whoa, Chloe, look at the front page of games, there is some botted games on there.
Their tweet went much deeper than that and basically just confirms any suspicions that we may have had for just one of the many games we found today. I found a game called Bunny Simulator. I decided to join the same server as the owner and I knew it was botted. I told him about the game being botted and he straight up just banned me from his server, along with an attached screenshot of actual evidence of that claim. I have said it before, people. I will say it again. We just simply cannot argue with cold hard evidence when we get slapped right in the face with it. Disconnected, you are kicked from this game, reason banned. And obviously this part we do not have any sort of visible proof to back it up. However, according to the person who tweeted it, they were directly banned by the owner of the game for bringing up that perhaps this game is botted. Quite an interesting situation and maybe slightly suspicious if you ask me, but can we please talk about how much of a problem this is becoming? Now obviously for a game to reach the top rated tab or to reach the front page anywhere for that matter, it takes quite a lot of anything and everything. Extremely hard work and effort, absolutely necessary, throw that into the mix. Incredible patience and hope for your own game, also beyond necessary, we better make sure we have some of that in there. So when you consider the amount of time and work and effort and patience and literally anything else along those lines, all going into a game from a developer or a development team, and then you realise that these people can literally spend a bare minimum of 5 minutes whipping up some Fortnite Tycoon and just bot it up to the front page, stealing the spots from the genuine games that actually deserve to be there, that is a problem. No, that is the problem. Evidently Roblox are quite good with spotting botted games and effectively taking them down as quickly as they realise that they're up there, but even if a botted game is just sitting there for an hour or so, that can still end up being a pretty damaging thing to the games that they stole the spaces from. I don't know, maybe it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be, or maybe it is exactly the big deal that I'm making it seem like it is. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this Roblox botting problem going way too far, and of course what you think of 2-player Fortnite Tycoon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.